5 questions with an insider, getting to know this week's opponent.
The rivalry between East Carolina and UCF heats up again this Thursday at Bright House Network Stadium in Orlando. Joining us now for a look at the Pirates is Whitey Martin, who keeps tabs on all things East Carolina at the American Athletic Conference's fan page on Facebook. Whitey, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
All right, East Carolina is 4-6 and needs wins over UCF Thursday and in the home finale against Cincinnati to become bowl eligible. Why are the Pirates struggling this season?
We lost our starting quarterback a few days before the beginning of the season, and our second string quarterback didn't get approved by the doctor to play. So it kind of two quarterbacks that knew our system better than anyone else. So we had to turn a wide receiver into a quarterback, and so in reality we're playing with a third and fourth team quarterback. One can pass and the other one can run. So when you lose somebody like Carden, it's hard to replace that. But we were really high on Ben Kurt, and that was going to be our starting quarterback. And we lost you got to understand, we got a brand new offensive line coach, and we got a brand new offensive coordinator. So all of that combined really has hurt us. In fact, at the beginning of the year, most people thought we would only be 7-5 anyway.
So talk a little bit more about the offense. Is it possible UCF fans on Thursday will see both of the quarterbacks, the one that throws and the one that runs?
I think so this time. Our coach against USF wanted just to use one quarterback the whole game, and it really didn't work out that well for us. So, but I can't say if we played bad, but it looked that way. But since I saw USF beat Temple yesterday, maybe we played better than what we looked like we did. Plus, it was pouring down raining.
On the other side of the ball, how do you think ECU's defense stacks up against UCF's struggling offense?
Now, I'm impressed with our defense. The thing that kind of gets to me is our defensive back. Every now and then they have, I don't know if I could say this over the radio, they have a brain fart, just that split second. But our defensive line has really kept us in the game. In fact, I'm impressed with our defensive line and our linebackers. Just the defensive backs. I mean, if your quarterback is accurate, we might be in some trouble.
That's a big if for UCF. Going back a year, where were you? What was your reaction when UCF won that Hail Mary game in Greenville?
I almost wanted to shoot you when you asked me that today, when you told me you were going to call. I finally got that out of my mind, and then you brought it back. In all my years of watching football, I've never been so happy once we went and took the lead. And then we had the quote, the victory downs, leaving 10 seconds on the clock. We still were in the stands going crazy thinking we won. And then when you threw that Hail Mary pass, I mean, I have never gone from being so happy to so sad so quick in my life. And that's one game I have not gotten out of. I mean, it took me at least 2 months before I could stop thinking about it.
Do you think that the team has gotten that out of their heads, or do you think that that's something that they're going to be thinking about on Thursday when they're here?
I think they'll not only think a little bit about it, I don't think it'll hurt them, though. I think they want revenge. I think we might play one of our best games of the year just because of that Hail Mary. And I feel that. I mean, even the players act like they're excited this week. Even though we've had a bad season, it's like they're ready.
Has there been talk about it up there this week?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's one play that's been talked about from everybody, from players to basketball players to softball players, the baseball players, to the fans. Trust me. Everybody's talked about that play. And I mean, I know you were excited, but especially when ESPN kept showing it for a month.
That guy's going to be in the NFL soon. He was supposed to be there this year, but has been injured. So that guy that caught that pass hopefully will be catching a lot more passes and making UCF look good as well.
I'll keep an eye on him. East Carolina keeps up with all their NFL players. In fact, we get excited. I mean, we got 4 players that are talked about a lot in the NFL, Dwayne Harris and Hardy, the rookie. for Atlanta Falcons. And then Chris Johnson, he's got his speed back. I can't say his speed, but he's got his yardage back. He's second in the nation. And just this week alone, we had a Defensive Player of the Year, which is Linval Joseph. And the coach from Minnesota said he's coached a lot of Pro Bowl nose guards, but he thinks Linval Joseph is the best he's ever coached. We get excited because the way our football team, East Carolina's football team, is going this year. If you go to our message board, you'll see everybody talking about the players in the NFL like they just got 2 yards a pass or whatever.
So ECU needs 2 straight wins, and now the Pirates are on a 3-game losing streak. How do you think East Carolina finishes out the season?
I think we'll beat you. and I think Cincinnati will beat us. And the thing that hurts me, I mean, I would much rather play UCF when they're on their game. You know, who knows? You know, this is ECU, and I don't care what what your fans say or whatever. I feel like UCF, East Carolina are rivals.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I don't think anyone on the team or even the fans are going to take you lightly, even with your record, because I've seen too many lousy rival teams turn around and kick butt, you know?
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your insight into the ECU football, and we appreciate what you do on the Facebook page there for the American Athletic Fans. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad I finally talked to you. Well, let me at least say something to UCF and to the fans. We've been through a year like you are going through right now, and I've seen it turn around before. Don't let it get you down. And I hope we can show the national audience 2 good teams playing a very good game.
Absolutely. That's all we can hope for.